Right, so what's going on, everyone? We're back today. So today what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to give the Golf R a service. I normally try and service it every 6 months. I'll go through the engine oil I use and the spark plugs I use as well. At the minute, just draining the oil, so it's just jacked up. We've got a bucket underneath it collecting all the old oil as well. I think we'll give it a good wash today because the weather's nice, but the car, it's looking a bit dirty. I cleaned it about 2 weeks ago maybe, and obviously with all the rain and all the grit that's been on the floor over the winter, it's just gone straight up onto the car. Right, so I've just put all the sump plug in. I've done a quick nut and bolt check on the engine, lower engine mount, just because the top engine mount was a bit loose last time, wasn't it, in the last video. So yeah, I just checked that was all perfect. So I put the sump plug back in, gave it a little wipe down. With the sump plugs on the MK7R, which is probably the same as the GTI, the Polo GTI, it's not threaded. Well, it is threaded, but it's a plastic sump plug, and it only does like 1.5 turns, and then it's got like a little square knobble on it, and then it just locks into place. So if you ever do it, don't over tighten it, because you'll just snap it. And then yeah, you should replace it really, but I've replaced it the last time, so hopefully it should be fine. If it comes to it, I'll just quickly switch it out. I'll lose a little bit of oil, but it don't matter. But yeah, that should be perfect anyway. So that's all tightened up. What else? Yeah, we've done nut and bolt. So basically now I'm just if you know, made a funnel out of an old bottle. One of them little life hacks, just cut a bottle in half, dry it out, then you got yourself a funnel, and then chuck it away. So yeah, basically the oil I'll be using is, let me just get it. So it is Thatcher's Titan Race Pro S. It's a Eastern based oil. So basically it's a better quality oil. It does help massive amounts, because obviously the Golf R's got all temperature gauge in it, and the temperature comes down drastically. It's probably at least 4 to 5 degrees cooler than the stock oil that normally goes in there. But I am stage 2, so it is recommended that you go with 540. That's 540, should be 530, but stage 2 they recommend 540. You can also get what's the other one? Let me get back to you on that. But there's another brand of oil as well, which is just as good, exactly the same, on par. It's a Eastern based oil as well, but I used that on our last service, and I just felt like the Thatcher's Titan Race Pro S I just felt like it was running cooler. So yeah, I've gone back to it. It was the same base. It was 540. So you're perfectly fine. That's what I use in this all the time. Obviously, I've had to put a new engine in this a year into owning it because of the crank wall. I think I spoke about that in the previous video. So this engine in the car is a low mileage engine, and it's only ever been run on the best oil, and I service it, if not a bit too much. I service it at least 2 or 3 times a year. But I suppose if you look after it, it'll look after you, innit? That's the same. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll put you lot in a time lapse. We'll top it up. I'm pretty sure it's either 4.8 litres or 5.8 litres. I think it might be 5.8 that the Golf R actually takes the capacity of the oil pan. So let's just get that in, tip that in, and then we'll just keep checking the dipstick. We've also got new spark plugs to go in, so I'm going to do that. To be honest, yeah, the cool packs are always a pain on these, but I think these should be alright, because the last time they come out they got a bit of grease on them, so they should just pop out, touch wood. But it's cars, so you never know what goes on. So yeah, we put a new oil filter in there. I went with the, is it Mali All filter. Come with a new O-ring for the all filter housing. So yeah, that's all in now. Right, so yeah, we're all done with the oil side of it. So I'll put the cap back on. The temperature. Oh god. The oil level was perfect. But what I'm going to do is I'll just let it sit, and when I take it off the bricks on one side, because obviously the car's quite low, so I needed the bricks to get the jack under it. I'll check it again, just let everything settle. But what we're going to do now, we're going to tackle the spark plugs. So you've got 10mm, 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 10mm. That gets rid of the earth wires. These are like, it gives the coil packs earth. Move them out of the way. Once you get all them off, you can unclip the actual coil packs, push them back, and then undo the main studs for the coil packs, and then pull them, and they should pop out. But I've had on another one where they don't want to come out, and then sometimes tear and then break into bits. But sometimes you can pull them and they're really tight, and then all of a sudden they just make a weird noise, and then they pop out, and then you're all good. You'd have just seen in the time lapse, you took all the coil packs out, took the plugs out. So I'll show you. You probably just saw it then. That was cylinder number 1. So you can see they're not terrible. They're not terrible, but they could do with changing, to be honest with you. And then we've got a brand new one here. So basically these plugs, they're just the stock plugs that you put in the car. I haven't gone a temperature colder or anything like that, like a step colder. I was thinking about it, but then I thought the car's been mapped to these plugs, and if I start messing around and putting other plugs in it, I don't want to cause any problems, because I know sometimes if you get the step colder plugs, you've got to gap them and etc. But these come pre-gapped, so they should be fine. The car runs absolutely perfect on them, so it's pointless changing something that don't really need to be changed. They're just these ones here. So that's the part number there. Might have put the wrong ones in. No, I'm joking. Yeah, this is all from OP Oil, so I know it should all be perfect. Right, so you'd have just seen, we just finished cleaning the Golf. It's looking unreal. Like, see these wheels, when they're dirty, I don't really like them. I'll be real. When it's dirty, I generally don't really like them. But when the car's clean, it just hits differently. So differently. Let me flip it and see what you guys think. You just saw in the B-roll. But just look at that. It just pops with all the ring mirrors, the grille. I personally love them. I think what would just finish it off is it for it to be a bit lower, so like air ride or something like that. But even from behind, it just looks just even the chrome tips with the wheels. It just complements it so much. But yeah, so everything's done. It's all clean. We've done obviously a full service. We've done nut and bolt check underneath, and we've also given it just a full out in exterior clean, tidy it up a bit. It's looking good. It's been decent weather today, really nice weather to be honest. Felt like the first day of summer today, and the car's looking good for tomorrow. It should be clear tomorrow hopefully, otherwise that'd just be a load of waste of time cleaning it. But anyway, I just want to say a huge thank you for everyone who stuck around and watched it all. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot, and I'll see you lot on the next one.